Leola 3 in the New Testament, and I'm the woman, and this is what I bless it with. I'm me, I'm me, I'm me,
And
I'm me.
you're you,
Oh,
we live. So
oh,
now go ahead, keep the song going up. Let the
no,
people know that you are you. What were you? Me, me, me. You let the
don't
people
make
know
fun.
that you're
That's
you.
my theme song to life.
All right, here you guys. This is Soapbox Heroes. My name is Tyrone Irvin. I'm gonna take a second to share. Let everybody know what we got going on over here. Today we got Leola Mariah, we have Nashane, and we have the Duke Pharaoh himself.
What's going on, everybody out there? Y'all know how I get down. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, Duke, you share it on your page?
I'm waiting to see it even live.
You don't see it live yet? Let me see.
Not on YouTube.
Let me check it out.
I will say Tyrone today was so fun, so very fun. I have not laughed so much when I tried to twerk. It was the best, most fun thing ever. Now I know I need to do definitely some more research, but it's okay. You know, with a lot of, what is it? With great responsibility comes most pain. So, I mean, I'll just get there. I'll get there my own time.
Wait, the great responsibility comes the most pain?
I don't know. I'm making it go as I can. Now the name of this show today you have is, do men or women held to a lower standard?
Yeah, lower standard of responsibility and consequences than men.
I swear to God, I don't see this shit.
It's on. I see it right now, Duke.
All right, hold on. Let me refresh the page, man.
Yeah, it's up right now.
So what Tyrone, because you were on Facebook Live earlier and you were talking a little bit about the conversation and Nashane. And it's so funny that Nashane and I are back on doing this conversation because we talked about responsibility just the last time we were on together, responsibility and accountability. And I feel as though I could have sworn that we said accountability and responsibility is not a gender thing. It's a human being American thing. I could have sworn it.
A human American thing. Okay. And like I said,
well, I can only speak from my experience because I'm a human being and I'm an American. So
But you're because I when I was with you before, I thought you were really awesome. Like, you're a single mom and you're a certified
I'm a mother who happens to be single.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm just listening to all the different terminology.
No, because the thing is, there's never a time I'm ever by myself. Like, literally, I'm never by myself. So I don't. Single is like a Facebook term, like single, widowed, married, divorced, whatever is a relationship status. And I'm a mother who just happens to be single. But I'm never by myself. It's impossible to be by myself.
Sebastian Beats, no, you're not late. Betty Boo, how you doing? Yeah, we live. If you guys can, hit that arrow going to the right, copy the link, share it on your other social media platforms. Let them know what we're doing. We're about to get into it right now, and I'm going to go back and let everybody know how this conversation started, all right? I think that's important. Today we were on the radio, and we were talking about the lady in Alabama. We were talking about the lady that got charged with second-degree murder, and she was the one got shot. She was the aggressor in a fight. So she was running up on somebody, you know, what's happening? Kept running up. And then the person she was running up on ended up shooting her, shot her in the stomach. And so they're saying since she was the aggressor, they're charging her with second-degree murder on her fetus, basically saying that she got an abortion, and under the new abortion laws in Alabama, that's considered a murder, I guess. And so right now they're at the point to where the DA is trying to figure out whether they're going to go forward with the charges or if they're not going to go forward with the charges. And so we were talking about it on the radio, getting into it, and Duke called with something to say. So you know what? Why don't we just pick up from there, and then you guys will get the premise of where this came from. And Nashane, you were asked to be on the panel because you have a level of fairness, I guess.
If she said that she has a level of fairness, then she has a level of fairness. Don't say I guess.
It wasn't her that said it.
Well, I requested Nashane to be here because I've seen her dialogue before. You know what I mean? So I know that she knows balance. She understands balance when it comes to heated dialogue. Like, she understands balance. She knows when to interject and what to take away, and then how to, reiterate. So that's why I asked for her to be here. So now, this was my point.
Can we take a time out while you think for that point? Why did you ask for me to be here?
He about to tell you.
No, he said this was my point.
You're about to tell you. Wait a minute. Before we go too far, let's let everybody know where they can find you, because I don't want to let that be. I don't want to slip on your information. Leola, take a second real quick. Let everybody know where to find you. Nashane, I'm going to come to you and do the same thing. Oh, yeah, Nashane. Shout out. Everybody loves some Nashane, apparently. Leola.
We do.
Leola.
You can find me mainly on Instagram and of course on Soapbox Heroes whenever Tyrone tells me when he wants me to fill in for something. But my Instagram is Lee Mariah Rose, and that's where you can find me the safest. Because the
safest.
Because
that's where you is that where you went and all the doors are locked?
Because I'm not finna be nice. I'm gonna get through what I'm saying, because obviously.
Well, where's Nashane? I want to hear about Paper Dolls.
Duke, let Nashane introduce herself real quick, and then Duke, we just go come to you, and you could go ahead and go in. Nashane, introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
Back to your world.
Hi, my name is Nashane. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Paper Doll Houses. It's based off of helping a lot of women that are going through a lot of things. I feel like women are the cradle of civilization. We make and we create life. And so everything that we instill in life, we have to figure out how to fix us so we can lead a positive life for our next children and the next generation. And I'm also going to be getting my PhD, so then that way I can be an actual doctor and start giving out free therapy sessions to those who need it, and try to finish the studies for that. I'm sorry, I was reading an article. Yeah, it's on Paper Doll Houses on YouTube. And okay. I have a lot of big things coming for the channel.
Okay, so, big things. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get to Duke. Do it, Duke. Let's get into your world. Come on, let's walk.
For one, let me say this in all hostility.
All hostility. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean this with like an iron tongue. A bitch can't control my world. A female can't control my world. A hoe can't control my world. A queen is subjected in my world. And that's the bottom line. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay, so a queen, okay, is even subjected in your world. All right,
exactly.
Tie that in and let us know why you wanted to get on and what you exactly wanted to express, and why you were saying women are held to a lower standard of accountability and consequences than men. Tie it all together, and so we can get them in on it.
Now, every type of woman that I just described, those are 4 different classifications of woman. You have your queen, you have just your woman, you have your hoe, and you have your bitch.
Okay.
Now,
okay, I'm hearing you.
All of them, they hold a level of responsibility. Some lack, and some have responsibility that's been ingrained in them in their everyday. In everything they do, how they talk, how they represent themselves, their king, their children, or their business, or their lifestyle in their privacy.
Okay. So
when we talk about responsibility, and we talk about integrity, and then we talk about accountability, these three mentalities they have to be present, and they have to be spoken about, because they all have different results. So this woman, they call her the aggressor, right? She goes from comfortable.
Which woman is the aggressor? Or are you talking about somebody
the one who got shot? What's her name?
Okay. Okay.
I still haven't read the story.
Go ahead. I'll pull it up while you talk about it. Her name slipped my mind. I don't have my notes in front of me. Go ahead.
Okay, so she's the aggressor, right? So she initiated contact because, for one, she came out of her comfortable place.
Marsha Jones.
Marsha Jones. And she went into somebody else's comfort zone. So, of course, she is the aggressor and the initiator, right?
Right.
Now, for it to be known that she was with child, now we have to talk about integrity, responsibility, and accountability. These three mental mindsets, we have to talk about these conditions. These three right here. Okay, did she display a responsible adult or a responsible human or woman? No, because she put herself, for one, she put herself in harm's way. Two, she doesn't know who's following her. She don't know who's paying attention to her and who could be mimicking her, because we are idols. We are aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters, and a lot of us do have draw and pull and prestige or whatever. So in her going to her, she didn't display a level of responsibility, and there was no integrity in it, because she went over there blind. She didn't even get to know her enemy. She didn't study her 48 laws of power at all. She didn't study her art of war. She didn't study none of those things, because she went over there with no weapon. She went over there just with nothing. She went over there just on some trendy, I'm gonna pull up and beat you up.
Okay, and in the story it said that she got into it with the father, whoever the father of the fetus was, and that's what they were arguing back and forth about. And so why did you want to bring Leola on in specific, so we could see her opinion on it, so we could see if you guys even have a difference in thought?
Now, the reason she is here, because I wouldn't even finish.
Okay, no,
I didn't say
go ahead.
Cut me off.
Go ahead. I want you to finish.
I just said I wouldn't finish.
Right.
Still building on it.
Okay, go ahead. I want you to go ahead and fully express what you're trying to say, so we can see the baseline of what you mean. Go ahead, dude.
Right. So when you get to a point to where now you don't understand the level of energy that you're dealing with now. Okay, so you're getting into it with the baby's father. So there's another it's a territorial thing now. You feel what I'm talking about? So you really put yourself in danger, you put your child in danger, and you put those people in danger, because what if that person wasn't a good shot and they shot somebody else? So, and then passerby, or the bullet could have went anywhere. So you gotta think of a person's level of responsibility, what they were taught growing up, if their psychosis, their mentality, and everything in this whole situation. Of course, she should be charged. The reason why she should be charged is because she created this whole situation. If she understood what being a responsible adult, individual, human, or woman is, this situation wouldn't have happened like this. This could have been something talked about. But now, looking at her pictures, this ain't the type of woman. You can look at her and tell that she don't like to do a lot of mediation or talking or trying to get it straightened out. She just doesn't look that way. And you got that from her picture. Yeah, you can just look at her gaze in the camera. Look at the lace on her front. You just look. You said look at the lace on her front? I'm just saying, you can just look. You can just see. David, what's up, big bro? You hear this? You guys hit the like if you out there. Look. And then let's let them jump in. She no nonsense. It doesn't matter. And I know a lot of people who have that same persona, that same look, that same silhouette. You know what I mean? There's a lot of men that have that same look. Like, it don't even matter. Like, fuck it, what's up? So the reason why she is here is because it's totally different when it's a censored situation, when it's a professional situation, because I can say bitch, hoe, trick. Who the fuck you think you talking to? I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. I can do whatever I want to do. I can challenge you. I can do whatever I want to do here. I can get my point across. I can have control here when I have no control there. You can't cut me off here. You tried to cut me off. But the thing is, my point was, this situation, the light that is getting now, talking about endangerment to a child, this don't get talked about. That's why we have a thing called parent alienation, and nobody talks about that. Now we're in the baby mama, baby daddy epidemic. Now we have people trying to justify what single is, and you single. There ain't no, you just happen to know you a single parent. You are a single mother. You are single. If you have companionship with other people, you got friendships and associations, but you are still a single parent taking care of your child in your home, and you're only.
Who is she? I apologize. Who is she? Because you said no, because you said she when we were talking about the young woman, and then you said she. You said she. And another, so your pronouns are all over the place. But when
because I'm always all over the place. Everything is
I just don't know.
And everything is just general. Everything is tied.
Oh, okay, no. So
general. It's
of course
we're
in a professional setting so you were talking about on the radio, but I don't know if you're talking about the 23-year-old woman who tragically lost her child. When you said she, talking to her. Or are you saying she and why you wanted me here?
Okay,
where I was confused.
You're pretty smart. You're pretty smart, and you know words. You know how to pick through conversation.
No, I want to make sure
you know how to prioritize your thoughts a little bit, right? So and you know how to separate and differentiate, don't you? So I've already kind of cleared talking about her, and now I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Like, you already know. So you don't have to
I apologize.
Okay.
I didn't.
But that's what I'm saying. You already knew the answer to these questions. And
I wanted to double check. I just wanted to double check.
So you just wanted some clarification.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, you got, but that's okay. But that's what do you call that? That's like rhetorical. That was almost like a rhetorical question. I shouldn't have never answered and been rude. It was damn near.
I said with all due respect. With all due respect, I said I just wanted to clarify.
Do you know that you're supposed to say with all due respect before you make your statement like that?
I don't have to do anything.
I know you don't have to. I'm just saying. I just said something.
You said
just to say a word, just to say something. Just to cause friction.
Based on the topic of it, this all was all an altercation over a man. So since you guys are talking about people being single right now, this has nothing to do with homegirl's baby daddy. This is just over a man. Nobody said who. And there's two different stories to this. So people are lying about something to cover up another girl.
But
now see, check this out. I don't know the story. That shit had nothing to do with me. The only point
they work together though.
Before I was continuously interrupted by somebody who thinks the fuck they know
they work
what
together.
This world entails, and what people like me have to go through, and people from my demographic have to go through. She just kept on going and going and going and going, but we're on the internet. We're not at no fucking radio station. So now you have to just listen. Now you have to be challenged. Now you have to deal with people who might be a little bit more ignorant than you.
Okay, no, I understand. I just wanted to make sure. Now I get it.
I know.
Now I understand about.
So I'm gonna finish now. Now.
Go ahead.
So now. This is the reason why this, and y'all can see why I brought her here. I brought her here because she tried me in the corporate world. You can't try me outside of that world because you can't fuck with me here. If you don't give me time to talk and let me have my voice, bitch, fuck you. Fuck whatever privilege you come from. I don't give a fuck about none of that. The people out here that go through it every day and go through situations like this, when I said something about being checked every day and pap smears and all this other shit, I was talking about the women that are out here having sex, getting all emotional behind these men in these situations and these kids. I'm talking about them. I ain't talking about bitches that don't do that. I ain't talking about women who don't take care of themselves. I'm talking about these ignorant ass women out here fucking up our society. I'm talking about them. Of course she needs to be charged. Of course an example needs to be made. I don't give a fuck if she didn't shoot herself. She shouldn't have never put that child in that position. She should have never put them people in that position to defend themselves. She shouldn't have never did that. You know what I'm talking about? She should have stayed her black ass at home. And that's what that is. Because you got to think about this. The brain develops before the heart does in the fetus state. And motherfuckers don't even know that. So there are nerves all the way through the fucking baby's body. So that Planned Parenthood shit, them killing babies and shit, that baby already feels the pain that you inflict. So why are we still killing these babies, these humans? They are humans. When you said something about conception, birth starts at conception. Of course it does. It even starts before that because the sperm is communicating with the goddamn egg before it even gets there. Somebody say, how the fuck do you know that? Because the sperm and the egg they got a level of intelligence. How the fuck do you know that? They communicate with each other. How the fuck do they do that? Electricity, energy, duh. So now when I was talking about this, we got a guy who just did a song, Old Town Road. He was talking about riding whatever, the cucumber challenge, right? And so now this is what we have to deal with. We got to deal with irresponsible people out here with no integrity, no level of accountability. They get out here and do whatever the fuck they want to do because it's feminism under the name of feminism. When she first got on here,
I see now.
Exactly. When she got on here, she was singing the fucking Drake song and put woman. She put the word woman in the words because she already knew why she was here. She already knew why she was summoned here. She came in here and hey, it's good to see you. But clearly she didn't. She didn't want to pay attention to detail. She already knew what this is about. But she went the woman route instead of came in here being humble. At a radio station, you can do that shit. At a place of business, you can do that shit. Out here in the real motherfucking world, you can't do that shit. All that outside, all that privilege, you come to the hood and talk to these women who really need some news they can use. You can't talk to them women like that. You can't talk to the hoes like that. You can't talk to the bitches and the queens like that out here. That ain't been privileged. You can't talk to them like that. You got to meet them where they are, and you have to be humble. You have to accommodate. You have to adapt. So you didn't adapt. So I requested that this go down here because I wanted to make more light of the situation than the fucking radio station could.
Well, I will say that was a Lil Wayne song, not Drake.
Who gives a fuck? Fuck both of them bitch ass niggas. Who give a fuck? You see, you came in here fucking trying. You can't keep correcting me. Who gives a fuck?
All right, Duke. Now
it doesn't matter.
Let's let her
with that feminist ass agenda. Let's let her. You don't control nothing. That's why you don't got no man.
Let's let her respond, Duke. Let's let her respond. And then too, and I think where it came into, now that I'm thinking about it, is something about feminism did come up, I think, when we were talking about it on the radio. And I think that's where it all ties into. And Duke tied in what he was talking about he felt the lack of accountability on the behalf of women. So I hear what you're talking about, Duke. I get it. I get what you're saying.
It's like a rich kid. Let me say this last thing, and then now we can really get into I just had to get all them pieces.
You had to get it off. I understand.
I pick up the whole puzzle, and I just throw puzzle pieces. Throw puzzle pieces. So this is the meat of this. Most of what feminism is like a rich kid with rich parents. Okay, you can speed, and you can tell the police officer, I got privilege under the feminist law. My parents funded the feminist movement, funded the feminist organization. We have shares in feminism. You can't do that. You can't talk to me like that, and I can do whatever I want because I am feminism. Feminism is a brat child, a rich, bratty little child with rich parents. That's what feminism is.
Okay. All right. Well, here, you've had the floor for a while. We got to give her a fair chance to have the floor and say what she wanted. And I do like to give people a chance to build up what they want to say and deliver it how they want to say it. If you guys are out there, hit the like button. We're about to get into it. Gregory Hayes says, this is so true. MacBean Revolt says, there are no queens. Betty Boo, I see the cats out there. Prince Gregory Hayes, thank you for watching. He also says, so is feminism a privilege? But before we answer that, let's let Leola get into it, and then let's let Nashane get into it, and let's focus a little more too on the disparities.
Resolution.
Yeah, the disparities and the resolutions. So go ahead, Leola.
I have to say, the her and the she and the story, it is whatever we're saying, y'all have to tell me for sure what we're talking about. There's been a lot of assumptions. For one, when we talk about this young lady who she willingly put herself in a situation, unfortunately, and she lost her child. I think the charge is very much so. She should not be. She went through enough. And for you to look at her picture and then say all of these things about her, you're making a lot of assumptions and a lot of judgments, when we can look at your picture and say and make a lot of assumptions and a lot of judgments there. I don't like to just jump the gun. Like I said, there's a lot of different stories out there, and we don't know all of it. We're just going off of what's being tweeted, what's breaking news, all of that. Then if you want to say she and her, again, I don't know where you're coming from. Feminism is, you're all over the place in what you believe is feminism. Now, as a woman, I can tell you, feminism means that I am able to do everything that I would like to do as a woman, and my gender does not stop me from doing that. Now, I can be a stay-at-home mom, I could be a working mom, or I don't have to be a mother. Now, when I say I'm a woman, a mother who happens to be single, I am never by myself. So you can't tell me what I am. Now you're making a lot of assumptions because you're going to go ahead and identify these things. That's your problem. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with what Queen and all of that other stuff, because that's not who I am. But I understand that you're frustrated, and maybe you need to go on the street corner and start preaching to whatever you need to preach to, whatever you may believe, and energy and all that good stuff. That's for you. That has nothing to do with anyone else. You're trying to force your opinion on someone else, and that's not right, because I didn't force my opinion on you. That's really what feminism is about, or personhood, responsibility, accountability. Be accountable for yourself. Don't say what I think. You're assuming a lot of things. And we're out here in the streets, as you say. I'm a spoiled brat, as you say. Feminism is a spoiled brat, and yet you are feminism? You make no sense, my love. With all due respect.
What you think, Nashane? You got something that you want to get in on this? And then after she do that, Duke, can you give some examples of women having a lack of accountability, just so we can kind of see where you're coming from?
He's a feminist.
Nashane, you have something you want to say? And then in the feminist part, go ahead, Nashane.
Are we the topic or the feminism?
Both. I guess the feminism part is going to lead into the topic. That's why I asked Duke to give us some examples after.
He has to tell us what is feminism. He is feminism.
And don't worry, you guys out there. You're walking the dog to the park. We on the way. We gonna get there real soon.
He carries feminism out here in the streets.
All right, and let's see.
Where it go down with the F-bombs.
You are not equal to a man, and that is what feminism teaches you FOH with Nashane. Touch on this real quick, and then we're gonna let Duke build it back up. And I want to know what he was challenging Leola to, so we can keep getting to the meat of it, because she don't know. Go ahead, Nashane.
Equality. That's the only thing. Okay, so no, the funny thing about feminism to me was I was never trying to, I don't think anyone's ever trying to be equal. I guess we're trying to see each other as the same thing. I can do what you can do, but I can't do it better. I could probably do something that you can't do, and you can't do something I can't do, whatever.
Okay.
But I don't know. I've always been an advocate for female rights, but I still understand that I am also a female. I did little revolution thingies in high school when it came to equal rights, but not for feminism, more just for I'm a person, not a thing type of thing, or whatever. Or trying to understand that a woman can wear pants and doesn't have to wear a dress all the time, even if it's to high school, because girls they already get messed over anyway when it comes to bodies and body shamed, and so that I believed in those things. But as far as feminism, I don't really want to touch on that too much, because I've heard too many theories from someone else that feminism wasn't real, that it was just created by a bunch of white women, that it was never supposed to be for Black women. From a woman that I did an interview with, her name is Robin. Check it out. It's on Paper Doll Houses. She actually said
okay.
that.
Yeah. And that is a good interview. In fact, that's a great interview. You guys check it out. Duke, why don't you give us some examples of how women are held less accountable or receive lesser of consequence? Tie it in and let's really get into this subject. Go ahead, Duke.
I have to know why I'm here, mister.
Okay.
And still has told me why it is that he wants me here. I mean, I could be doing much more awesome things instead of sitting here with such language.
And I think once he ties in what he's saying,
you have an amazing personality, and you have a very strong sense of female empowerment. And it's really good to hear a side of someone who has a very strong sense of female empowerment. Whether he likes you or not, it doesn't matter. He's not you.
Oh, no, I understand.
I'm just saying is don't get upset over it. Just enjoy it.
No, I'm not upset at all. Like, this is every day. Listen,
girl.
Every day.
He could say, look, he could be like, Nasha, I don't like you because you fat. I'm like, I know, right?
I mean, there's not everyone's gonna understand, and I get it. I just have to know exactly where his argument is, because I can't follow it. Because it's a she and her, and the pronouns are getting all mixed up, and what is feminism, and everything is very much so anecdotal.
Let's do it like this. Duke, break it down for her, and you guys have a bit of a conversation to where if you're saying something, if she gets confused or want to ask, you guys give some back.
Maybe if Leola gets confused,
so we could come to a consensus.
Multiple women, so if you please let me know if I should be paying attention or not, because if it's her or she, I don't know who you're talking about.
Jew, I hear you. I see you, Jew.
With the other woman, but she with me or her with me, and it's just all over the place. So pick your pronoun, but at least tell me the subject.
All right, let's let them get to it. Go ahead, Duke. Let's get this in.
The main subject of this whole dialogue is it is a topic of discussion. So it should be talked about, right? Everybody should have something to say. Every leader, every person of power, all people of influence should speak on this issue, because
what's the issue that we're speaking of?
You got to let me finish talking. You can't keep cutting me off, because the more you keep cutting me
said
off,
the subject is a dialogue,
just
a conversation.
You don't have patience, I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up and let me just talk.
All right, but just so you guys can understand each other.
You did that on the radio. You didn't even let me finish talking. Just because you don't like the manner and style that I talk in, well, bitch, I had a learning disability all my life. Everything's delayed. I can't do nothing about it. My mother was a fucking prostitute. You're fucking George Foreman's daughter. What the fuck? We come from different worlds.
I'm not.
Whoever's daughter you is, we come from different worlds.
Yola, I have 2 daughters.
It don't matter, bitch. You come from different worlds. Just shut the fuck up. I already knew this shit was some feminist shit. Look at your pillow. You responded in defense as soon. Fuck that. Just let me talk. She ain't finna keep cutting me off. We ain't on no fucking radio station.
But we gotta be able to understand you.
She can leave. I don't give a fuck, nigga. She can leave if she wants.